Okay, good morning, everybody. There was a student, he learned at Gur Yeshiva. And before the holidays, he came to the Rabbi of Gur and asked him for a blessing and asked him, please say something to me that make me stronger. I'm going to be in the holidays today. It's a lot of nisyonot, so please give me a bracha and say something that will make me stronger. So the Rabbi of Gur said to him, you have to remember all your life that Hashem is not joking, okay? Hashem is not joking. He's not laughing. So the student didn't understand what's the Hashem is not laughing. So Hashem is all the time, tense and, angry, and things like that. What is Hashem is not laughing? He didn't understand. He didn't want to ask the rabbi because, he feel a bit, embarrassed to ask, what Hashem is not laughing. So he asked the son of the rabbi, he's also a Rosh Yeshiva, and he asked him day after that, your father said to me that I have to remember that Hashem is not laughing. What did he meant? So the son said to him, I'm your rabbi. I'm teaching you in the morning. And I know that you have a hard time to get up in the morning. So let's say, for example, you decide that you promise me, I have a hard time to get in the morning, but tomorrow I will raise up in the morning on time. You will see I will be first in the Bet Midrash. I will open the Bet Midrash at 7 o'clock. I will be there. And the day after that, you are not coming on 7, you are coming on 8. And I said to you, what happened to you? And you said to me, I had a fight with the evil inclination. It was very hard to fight. And really, he killed me. Okay, he stroked me, I don't know. It was hard to raise up in the morning. But tomorrow, I promise you, Rabbi, that tomorrow I will be first, okay? 7 o'clock, I'm there. So the Rabbi said, okay, I believe you. We will meet together the day after that. The day after that, he's coming 8:30. So the Rabbi said, what happened to you now? I said, again, what is this? Such a hard time for me, the evil inclination. He took me like that. I couldn't raise up in the morning. But tomorrow, I promise you, I will be first. And I believe in me, okay? I will be tomorrow first. The day after that, 9:30. What happened today? Today, I won the war. But it was so hard, I had to sleep a little bit after that, okay? So I will laugh at you, okay? You promise me every day, so I will laugh at you. But Hashem is not laughing at you. Hashem believes in you. Even if you are promising 1,000 times, I will change, I promise you, I will be good. And day after that, you're going back to, usual way of behaving. Hashem is not laughing at you, Hashem really believes in you. So we have to understand that Hashem loves us. And Hashem believes that we can change. But you have to believe in that also. Because each one of us has two voices inside of him. There's the external voice and there is the inner voice. Let's say, for example, a kid wants to rise up in the morning early. And he said to me, Rabbi, I really want to wake up in the morning early, and I promise you I will do that. This is the external voice. He says, I will do that. But if his inside voice is saying, I cannot do that. I really want that, but I can't. Who do you think will win? The external voice or the internal voice? Internal voice. So we have to learn and to listen inside of us. What we are telling ourselves inside. If I'm telling myself I'm not good, I'm a wicked person, I won't be able to change, so this is the outcome will be. Because you are saying that to yourself. But if you won't say that to yourself, on the contrary, you will say, I'm willing to do that, I'm able to do that. I will give you an example. When there is extreme times, when you have a really big pressure, that your inner voice doesn't succeed to talk with you, you have a lot of strength. I will give you an example. From the BBC News, they sent that article to me. This was written there that a woman was lifting a car 20 times her body weight. What the story was, she was driving in the car and her husband was next to her, okay? And her husband was sitting next to her. And it's nice to drive with your husband next to you, okay? He's really calm, and gentle. There was a woman who said to her husband, stop underestimating my driving skills, okay? So he said, I didn't say anything to you. I didn't say anything to you. He said, yeah, but you are sitting with a helmet, okay? So she was driving the car and he was sitting next to her. And then he put out his shoes, okay, and his sock, and put out his leg from the window, like. So the wind going inside his toes. Air freshener, right? The eczema. So his wife was looking at him. I don't believe it. Okay, I'm married to this guy. My mother was right. So I don't know if it's because of the smell or whatever. She lost control on the car. Okay, so the car was looking like making rounds, and then turned on his side like that, and his leg is outside, and he started to shout, ah, ah, ah. So she was hurt also because the car is like that, but she saw that her husband is really in distress. So she wanted to help him. So she went out of the window, come to his side, took the car and left it, and he's pulled his leg. Okay, she had to say it's amazing because if I will bring this woman to here, please come here. Pick this up, okay? I cannot do that by back. It's not easy, okay? But you lifted a car, okay? Why did she succeed to lift the car? Because her inner voice had no time to say to her, you cannot do that, okay? We are talking to ourselves all the time. But if we won't believe that we can do something, we won't be able to do that. I told the Hebrew speakers, Hebrew people there, that there was a guy that he met his Rabbi in the beach. And he asked his Rabbi, how did you receive such a big, degree of spirituality? How did you achieve that? So the Rabbi said to him, you really want to know? He said, of course I want to know. He said, come with me to the beach. Into the water? Into the water. So he with the Rabbi into the water, like over here, and the Rabbi said to him, take a deep breath and dive inside the water. So the guy is taking a deep breath and diving underneath the water. 10 seconds, 20 seconds, his air was finished, he wanted to get out, and the Rabbi put his hand on his head, like, so the guy like, and the Rabbi doesn't let him get out, and the boy, and the Rabbi no. After like 30 minutes, the Rabbi said he saw that there is no resistance, so he left him alone, and the guy was wanting the air, like, Rabbi, what you are doing to me? So the Rabbi said, don't shout at me. Please tell me, what did you want when you were underneath the water? So he said, what I wanted? To see dolphins, what I wanted. I wanted air. So the Rabbi said to him, if you want to succeed as you wanted air, you will succeed. Because you have to really want that, okay? You have to really want that. Because everybody say, I want to improve myself. Yeah, I really mean that. I really want that. But you don't mean that, okay? You say it because you're supposed to say things like that. But if you really want something, and you will be dedicated to that, you will succeed. But we have to understand three things. First of all, don't underestimate small things. Okay, we talked about in the davening of Shabbat. In Israel, I'm working with a lot of organizations of Kirov. One of the organizations called Ayelet HaShachar. Ayelet HaShachar is an organization that works in kibbutzim and places that there is no religion, okay? So they send me there to Shabbat, to make Shabbat. And the guy who organized everything, he's called Rav Shlomo Ra'anan, this is his name. He's the chief master there. And he said to me, the reason we started here? So he said that we went to a kibbutz called Ramat HaKovesh to make Rosh Hashanah to the kibbutz people. And you have to understand, it's very, very secular people, very secular people. So it was 25 people that came to davening. And he took with him 3 people. One is the Rav Shlomo Ra'anan, this is the Rebbe. The other person, he was the Baal Koreh and Baal Tfilah, okay, the Chazan. And the third person was the Baal Tokea, the person that blew the shofar. So there were the 3 only Orthodox people. The other people was from the kibbutz. So the mother of the shofar blower, I don't know what to call it, Tokea b'shofar, said to him, you're going to the kibbutz of Ramat HaKovesh? The brother of your grandpa is living there. His grandpa was a Holocaust survivor. They were orphaned. They lost all their family. There was only 2 brothers. His grandfather, he was the oldest one. He was 14 when he went to Israel, and his brother was 6 years old. So his grandpa went to be adopted to a religious family in Bnei Brak, and his brother went to the kibbutz. So he raised up as kibbutz, okay, very secular person, and his brother was raised as an Orthodox person. So all the time they were fighting, okay? Their religion and another religion, all the time, he wanted to convert him to become a secular person. He wants to make him a Baal Tshuva. So they weren't in touch most of the time. So the mother said, your grandfather died, and now you're going to Ramat HaKovesh. Your brother is living there. say to him, Shana Tova. So on the second day of the Rosh Hashanah, he went to meet him. He was looking for him in the kibbutz. He found his place, was knocking on the door, and a very old person opened the door and said, what do you want? He said, no, he saw an Orthodox person. He said, I'm the grandson of your brother. He said, what? Come in, what are you doing here? We're in the kibbutz, Rosh Hashanah. And he said to him, we're davening here and making a little thing. Maybe you want to come with us to daven. He said, no, you are starting now like my brother. All the time, religion, davening. I don't want to hear that. He said, okay, don't be mad. Okay, nothing happened, okay. But I'm the chauffeur, תוקע shofar. How do you say that? Blower. מה? בתקיעה, כן, זה in Hebrew. The blower of the shofar, okay? So I'm the blower here. So, and I have shofar in my pocket. Do you want to hear shofar? It's Rosh Hashanah. I said, no, I don't want that. Stop, make me to do things like that. And his wife was listening to him and said, Yaakov, it's not nice what you are saying here. He came especially to blow with the shofar here, okay? Let him blow. So he said, okay, they didn't know what's the worst thing, his wife or the chauffeur, okay? But I think the chauffeur, it's easier because, it's small time, so do it. So he said, okay, blow whatever you need. So this guy took the shofar and he said, maybe Hashem taught me to blow the shofar only for that moment, okay? I'm not going now to blow the shofar, the Ilu Nishmat, all the 6 million people that died in the Holocaust, okay? I'm blowing now in the shofar to the sake of all the Israel people in the world, okay? And to the merit of the people of the kibbutz here. So he took the shofar, closed his eyes, and blew. After he blew the shofar, he opened his eyes and he saw the old person crying. So he didn't want to, no, I didn't interrupt and say, there is also tefillin and things like that. You want another mitzvah or something? He decided to leave him with the experience, okay? So he left. Day after that, the old person died. See how much you have to be careful with tkiat shofar. This is not the outcome. But yesh koneh olamo b'sha'ah achat. You can, find your way in 1 minute if you be true with yourself. Because a lot of time Hashem is calling us. Hashem is talking with us, asking you, change yourself. Be stronger, be close to me. Please, I love you. But a lot of people, we don't want to sing that, and we postpone it. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. We need something to push us. Maybe you know the story. It's a long story. That was a kid that was playing football in his college. And his father came to each game that he was playing. His father was sitting in the same place every time, and the tournament start, and as a team won once, twice, third time, and the champion, the finals came. A few days before the finals, the kid didn't come to practice, and he came at the finals, the Gemara, the final game, and he said to his coach, please let me play. So he said, the coach said to him, I'm sorry, I'm not going to give you to play because you're not the best player here, okay? And the finals, it's not a game, okay? It's no mischak, okay? So you have to win here. So the guy said, please, let me try 10 minutes. If I will prove myself, let me stay here. But if not, you can replace me. So the coach said, okay, you have 10 minutes, try whatever you can. And that 10 minutes, he showed, his best. He took the ball, ran away, and made a touchdown, 3-time touchdowns, and everybody took him on the shoulders and Seu Sharim Rashechem, Susharim, gate, it's also Shusharim. So he really was proud of them. So the coach asked him, where have you been all the year? Okay, you're such a good player. Why didn't you play like that all the games? So he said to his coach, coach, my father saw me, so I really want to please him. So the coach said to him, sorry that I'm saying that to you. I know where your father is sitting every game. Today, he wasn't here. He wasn't here today. So the kid said to the coach, you don't understand. My father died a few days ago, and he was blind. He never saw me. Today is the first game he sees me. This is the reason I played as I played. We have to understand that Hashem is looking on us and He really wants you to succeed. Trust yourself. Believe that you have the strength to succeed. Don't underestimate your power. Don't underestimate your ability. But you have to help each other. And this is what I want to finish. And I'll explain what you have to help each other. I talked about the Hebrew part maybe. They sent me in Israel to give a talk to a bunch of special kids. Special needs, right? And they showed me that there is Olympics games. There is every 4 years Olympics games that we know everybody. But there's also once in a year, there is Olympics games for them, special Olympics, right? So they showed me a 100-meter run that all the special kids was standing, 10 of them, like that. And, you know, it was the beginning of the running, and they run very fast, you know, trying to chase each other. And there was one of the guys, very fast, was flying. He almost reached the end of the tournament. Then he heard somebody behind him that was shouting, "Aye!" So he looked behind and he saw one of his friends that was with his legs, twisted his legs, and then he fell down. So instead of continuing to run, he turned back and go back to help him. So all the other runners are running and see him coming back. So they said to themselves, but it's back and forth, and we didn't know that. So they looked back and they saw the other person that was falling down. So they all turned around and went to help him. They raised him from the ground, put their hands like that, and start to walk together to the end of the tournament. And there was like a red flag or red something at the end. So they took the how do you say that? Tape. Okay, they took the tape together, put their hands together, and said 1, 2, 3, and they turned it. And when I saw that, you know, I had tears in my eyes, okay? Because there was also beautiful music behind, background music. So, but I asked myself, if it was of the regular people, do you think they will stop also? Yeah, of course. Because why? Because they are special kids. So maybe we're supposed to be special and think of each other. Even though in Rosh Hashanah it says that Kol Ba'ei Olam, all the world, is going through Hashem, kivnei maron, one after one. But Hashem doesn't want us to be alone. Each one of us has to think about the other person. How can I encourage him? How can I say good words to him, to your wife, to your husband, to your kids? Each one of us are going through a lot of hard time, okay? It's very hard in this world. None of us is having fun all the time, okay? It's very hard. But if you will know that somebody is caring for you, somebody is diving on you, someone loves you, it's giving us a lot of powers, okay? So let me finish in one thing. I will tell you a thing that in Israel, there was a guy with a truck, okay? It's not his truck, Masai. He was driving on the highway and he saw a bridge. And he said, it is not his truck. So he said, I'm going underneath this bridge. I think I'm going underneath the bridge. There was this, the height was 5.5. He said, I'm going underneath this. So he went with his truck and stuck underneath the bridge, okay? He's putting the vest, then trying to get out. He's stuck underneath the bridge, okay? Oh, there is a traffic because of him. Everybody's pumping him. And he said, what do you want from me? I'm stuck here, okay? So a tow truck came and tried to, pull him out, pulling up. He doesn't succeed. He's stuck underneath the bridge. So the young guy said, let me, I can put it out. So how can you do that? It's stuck. He took a knife, come to the wheels, and stab it. And all the air went down. Now push it out. If you feel stuck in your life, take your air out, okay? You fool of yourself. Not fooling yourself, with... And this is the reason we are blowing the shofar, and the shofar is supposed to be kafuf. Kafuf is bended. Because in Rosh Hashanah, as more as you come bended, it's better than you. They're better for you. It says in the phrase of the Gemara, Shana shi rasha betchilata. Rasha, it's like a poor person. שנה שהיא רשעה בתחילתה, מתעשרת בסופה. At the end you will be rich. So we have to come to the Rosh Hashanah with a feeling, Hashem, we doesn't have anything. Please give us money, health, children, shalom bayit, and whatever. And if you will come like that, begging from Hashem, please help us, so Hashem will help us and will give all of you שנה טובה, גמר חטיבה, כתיבה וחתימה טובה, תכלה שנה וקללותיה ותחל שנה בברכותיה. Hashem will bless you all with all the ברכות. Thank you very much. בהצלחה. Amen.